Yay!
Today we're back with a video that we've been really excited about. I've been wanting to do this for so long, and it concerns a country that is right here.
Now, both of us were born in Delhi and we've been to close to 100 countries together.
Yes, we have, and all our friends, all the friends that we've made on our travels speak to us about India and they tell us what they learned from the country. And that's why today we wanted to talk about 5 things that travelers all over the world can learn from India.
Now, I'm sure all of you will agree that India is like a continent within a country. You have the beaches, you have the mountains, which we love, by the way, and
Yes.
always want to go back to. You have the deserts, you have the backwaters,
Yes.
you have the safaris, you name it, and we have it. But this video is not so much about the travel landscapes, but about the deeper, more spiritual feeling related to travel.
Yes, it's about the deeper things that someone takes from a country when they leave the country, and I truly think that is the real essence of traveling.
Absolutely.
So let's get into the video and talk about 5 things that every traveler, no matter where in the world they're from, can learn from India.
Now, the first thing that I'd love to talk about is food as medicine. When we were growing up, our parents used to feed us all these things and used to tell us that they have amazing medicinal powers. And we never used to believe that.
Yeah,
but
you
after
always disregard your parents.
having traveled around the world, we have kind of gone back to that way of eating and consuming those food items. And the 3 medicinal foods that we love and eat every day, or at least try to,
Yes.
are turmeric, which is haldi, amla, which is gooseberry, and curry leaves, which is curry patta. I'm telling you, they have some amazing powers.
Yes, that's true.
Especially curry leaves. With all our travels, we have to have proper nutrients, and
Yes.
believe me, curry leaves have been a godsend for
I
me in
know.
terms of hair color. My beautiful mane.
No, I'm serious. We travel so much, so we need to keep our immunity high, and I feel like all these ingredients do a great job. But curry leaves are especially magical if you're facing
And
any
also-
hair fall issues, or if you want
Yeah.
your hair to grow quicker or even blacker. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, and also amla. Immunity. One amla. They used to say 1 apple a day keeps the doctor away. I say 1 amla a
Yeah,
day
we
keeps
just
the doctor away.
We just pop them in our green smoothies because it's something that we need to have every day, especially during 2020. We had it every day because it was the year
Yeah.
of keeping your immunity up, or trying to keep your immunity up.
So far, so good.
Yes. But point number 2 is actually closely related to what Vid said, and it's the idea of holistic well-being. As
Yeah.
he was saying, we had so much nutritionally dense food when we were growing up that it's kind of crazy, and that food is now trending these days. And just to give you a little anecdote, we were in London a few months ago and we went to this vegan cafe with a few friends, and on top of their menu was a chickpea omelette.
Chickpea
And that's
omelette.
something that I've grown up eating. It's basically a besan ka chila, a fancier version of a besan chila. But that is now the most requested food, as it were, in vegan cafes all over the world. So this nutritionally dense food that we've grown up eating has contributed to holistic well-being, and that is truly something that one can learn from India. And not just that, I feel like even
Yeah.
intermittent fasting,
I was going to say, yeah.
which is so trendy these days.
Yeah, it all came from Ayurveda, and
Yes.
we used to say that don't keep feeding yourself throughout the day.
Yeah.
Have a window, and we have tried it. It definitely works, but again, you have to consult a doctor before you do that.
Of course, but you know what? Holistic well-being is also about the information that you feed into your body and living a more mindful and meaningful life. And I feel like that is something that a lot of travelers take from India.
Yeah, absolutely. And how can this list go on without an ode to the amazing culinary delight of India?
The food!
The food. I mean, especially after having traveled so much, we have a newfound appreciation for Indian cuisine. The balance of flavors, the nuances, the way it's cooked with love, and the way it tastes, the way it smells, it's just out of this world.
I think
And-
that's the reason all our friends,
Yeah, all our
whenever-
friends.
whoever has traveled to India, they always go back with either cookbooks or spices and
Or,
lots of
yeah,
recipes.
Lots of recipes and
Yeah.
spices in their bag. So yeah, if you do come to India, you have to learn some recipes from
Yes,
here.
and incorporate them in your daily life when you get back home. But the fourth thing is something that is again very, very trendy at the moment, but it originated in
What is
India, which is meditation and yoga. Now, this is something, dhyan is a word that we grew up hearing because a lot of our elders would meditate when we were kids, but we never took them seriously.
Yeah, and you would be like, what?
Yes, but now with all the emotional and physical clutter that all of us have in our modern lives, people have gone back to that way of life, and we hear so much about Scandinavian hygge and things like that, and essentially all of that kind of boils down to one thing, which is a more meaningful, more meditative way of life.
More content.
Yes, more content way of life. And I think that all of us can learn something from the yoga techniques that are available in so many centers across India, and also some amazing, incredible meditation techniques that are available here. I mean, you can spend months doing that.
And I think that is one thing a lot of travelers come to India for, looking for that right group for meditation or the right technique for yoga. So.
And who doesn't need a bit of peace in their lives? All of us need a bit of peace and content in our lives, except for Vid, of course. He's already too peaceful and too content for his own liking, Baba Vid.
Yeah, sometimes it borders on procrastination and laziness, but I still like to believe that.
I think it's a good quality to be this content in
I'm just waiting for somebody to say that.
Alright, final point.
Now the fifth thing that every traveler, every human being in the world can learn from India is perspective.
Yeah, it's the most important and meaningful one.
Now when you grow up, Sabi and I grew up in middle class families. And when you are growing up surrounded by inequality and disparity, and you see that on a daily basis, you feel very, very grateful to even have the tiniest things like food on your table. And that keeps you grounded and makes you humble that you should appreciate whatever you have.
I know that's true. I mean, just to give you an example, because of Bruised Passports, we go on a lot of press trips, and we've gone on a press trip with a few journalists from around the world. So this gentleman who was showing us around, he ordered food for the group, and we were just 4 people, and he ordered, I think, 7 pizzas.
500 pizzas.
I know, I think he ordered 7 pizzas for 4 people, and of course they didn't, nobody even touched 4 of the pizzas. So I think even 4 or 5 of them were left untouched. And I genuinely felt so bad because I don't know if you know this about me, but I hate wasting food. Because the first
even 1 grain of rice doesn't go waste if someone's around, and which is a great thing. I really appreciate that,
Because I just feel, the thought that automatically comes to my mind is that it could have fed someone across the globe, that meal that you're wasting so casually. And for that kind of perspective, I feel that a trip to India can really be life-changing and meaningful in so many different ways. When you become aware of the disparity, then you also work towards decreasing it. And I think that's how our love for social work came about, and that's what kind of led to our passion for educating underprivileged kids. So I feel like this has been such a meaningful exploration of our own country, and I hope you learned something from it as well.
In its own beautiful ways.
Yes, that wraps up this video. I hope that you saw India through our eyes. It's a place which makes you learn how to be grateful. It teaches you so much. So a trip to India isn't just about seeing the mountains or the beaches or the backwaters.
It's much deeper.
Yeah, it's about something deeper and more meaningful.
Obviously, our country has its own set of quirks as well.
Yeah, all countries have
every
their
country
problems.
has. Maybe we will address those in another video.
Should we do that?
That will be an interesting one.
Alright, I hope you enjoyed watching. We're going to go now, but subscribe to us, like, share, comment on this video so we know you enjoyed watching it and we can make more videos soon. Bye.
Bye.